Right, everyone. Reach those arms forward straight away. Drop your chest. Start feeling the stretch in the front of your shoulders. Lengthening breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose. I'm coming onto fingertips, straight arms. So I can push the chest a bit further to the mat. Rocking side to side a few times. I'm drawing shoulders away from the ears. With those straight arms, forearms off the mat. I'm feeling a stretch in the front of the shoulders, chest. A few more times whilst you're still lengthening breaths. And come onto all fours whilst you're spreading the fingertips, knees under the hips. Wrist under the shoulders, straight into your cat-cow, breathing in as you open your heart. And breathe out as you round your back, pushing spine to the ceiling. Just a few times here. Get the spine ready, get the core muscles ready. And one last time. Come back to neutral and then reach the arms further forward. Push your shoulders above the wrists and just drop your hips. Lift the ears out of the shoulders, coming into your cobra, straight into a chest in the front of your body, in your stomach. And then chin down to the chest, draw the belly button into your lower back, sit back into your child's pose again, and starting with that cat-cow, bigger movements, breathing in as you round your back, drop the hips, lift the chest, drop the head back. And then breathing out, chin down, belly button in, sit into your child's pose. Do a couple more of these. So again, it's about rounding your back, articulating the spine, working with that breath, however many you need. Just keep breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. And next time you're in your cobra, when you're looking up, dropping the hips, just stay here for a couple of breaths. And let's twist that cobra, looking over one shoulder. No rush, guys, take your time here. And then looking over the other shoulder. If you need to hold one side a bit longer, please do. And then come back to center, lower yourself all the way onto the mat. Straighten your spine and push back up into child's pose, tucking the toes. And then find your downward dog, pushing hips up. Pedaling heels, walking the dog once you're there. Any movement that's nice on your back. Make sure you're pushing the chest through to the mat. Shoulder blades are traveling towards your lower back. So your neck is long, arms are straight, elbows are pointing downwards. Spread the fingertips. Now bend both knees. Push your knees over to your right and drop your hips over to your left. So you feel a bit of stretch on your right side of your body. Come back to center, point the knees to your left. Drop the hips to your right. And do one more each way. Drop as much as you need to, bend the knees as much as you need to. It's all about stretching it down the side of your body. And I'm doing the last one. And come back to center, find a downward dog again. If you need to move a bit more, please do. Otherwise, I'm bending knees, pressing the chest, armpits to the mat. And your next inhale, lift your right leg in the air, finding your three-legged dog. And on your exhale, push a step through in between the thumbs, finding a long runner's lunge, keeping fingertips down, looking in front of you, creating a nice straight body line between the left heel and the crown of your head. And when you're ready, drop the back knee down. You can keep the toes tucked under in the back or untuck them. Reach up, take a big breath into your crescent moon. And we twist to the right with a vertical twist of the spine. Left fingertips are going to the front as you're breathing out. And we do another 2 of these. Reach up, look to the front, breathe in, reach really high. Breathe out as you twist. Feel the back muscle, feel the core muscles twisting you. And then one more time, breathe in. Maybe look up. Breathe out, twist for the last time and hold it here. Bring the hands to heart center whilst you're still twisting to your right. And then try and put your left elbow onto the outside of your right thigh. And point the right elbow up to the ceiling, so you're taking that twist a bit further. Lengthening the crown of your head towards the front of the mat. Taking stomach off your thigh. Pressing into that knee a bit more. Bending right knee a bit further. So you're taking that twist a bit further. And then reach up into your crescent moon again. Bend that right knee as much as you can. And point those fingertips up to the ceiling. Draw up really tall. I'm going to do a slight back bend here, making sure it's coming from the top of your shoulders. So instead of bending back from your lower back, feel that you're bending from the top of your shoulders. You're feeling the shoulder blades working, trying to lengthen the armpit, thinking about those snatches. And then take another big breath in, reach a bit taller, release the fingertips. And then frame the front foot. This is when you can use your roller if you want on the inside of your right leg. And then slowly sit back into a half split. If you don't need it, fingertips by your side, framing the front foot. And squaring hips. Maybe pointing the right toes up if you can. Just to feel a bit of stretch in your right hamstrings. There will be a lot more to come of your hamstring stretch. On your next inhale, lengthen the spine. Again, grow the crown of your head to the front of the mat. And then fold forwards from the hips gently. Keep squaring that hip. Line those hip bones up with the front of the mat, the short side of the mat. And then bend that right knee. Put the hands flat, framing that front foot. Lift the back knee and step into a high plank position. Hold it here for a couple of breaths. Straight body line. Switching on the core muscles, drawing belly button into your lower back. And then drop the right knee onto the mat. Pivot on that right knee. Lift the left arm, come into a side plank position. Reaching the left fingertips to the ceiling. And lift the left leg towards the ceiling as well. So you're coming into a full star position. Make sure you're opening the chest, pinching the shoulder blades together in the back. And then relax that left foot down. I'm still staying in that position, just stepping the right leg straight, coming into a full side plank. So when you're ready, right leg straight. And if you can, stack the left leg on top of the right leg. Lift the hip nice and high. Take a big breath in, and we are going to tap the bum and the fingers behind you onto the mat. As you breathe out, drop the bum. And try and touch the mat behind you with your first two fingers on the left side. Reach back up, take a big breath in, reach the fingertips up to the ceiling. And then drop your hip down twice more. Nice and slowly try and drop the hip. Drop the fingers, lots of work in the shoulder joint as well. And then push back up, lifting the hip high. And then one more time. See how far you can drop it. See how slowly you can push it back up. Controlling it from those core muscles. And then lift the hips higher one more time. Left hand down, coming back into your high plank position. Once you're there, drop that right knee down again. And lift that left leg behind you. Lift the right arm to the front, coming into Superman or spinal balance. Lift that right arm nice and high, left heel nice and high. Whilst you're keeping your stomach engaged, no arching in the lower back. And if you want to, for about 2 to 3 breaths, I'm going to reach back with the right arm. Bend the left knee, grabbing the left foot. And then pushing the left foot into the right hand, opening the front of my right shoulder and the front of my left hip. Whilst you're trying your best to keep the left arm straight. Look in front of you and maybe lift a bit higher. A bit more of a back bend here. And then release it off slowly. Go back into your Superman. Nice long line one more time. And then hand down, knees down. Sit back into child's pose and then push up into your downward dog. Take a big breath in here. Drop the chest through. Lower your heels slightly if you can. And on your next inhale, ripple through forwards into your high plank. And sink down onto your chest. All the way down, knees down if you want to. Do a few mini cobras here, untug the toes. Bring the fingertips down and bring them out to the side. Elbows pointing up to lift, breathing in, wave-like motion in your spine, and breathe out as you come down. Do a couple more of these slowly. So you should feel the back muscles working, shoulders away from the ears, feeling the chest in the stretching the front of your body, your chest, your stomach muscles, and one more time. And then come all the way down. Bring the hands under your shoulders, press the feet into the mat. You can tuck the toes under straight spine, push up into your high plank again. And then straight away, drop down the left knee. We're going to do the other side. Pivot on that left knee, lift the right arm. Coming into that star position, lift the right leg. Lift it nice and high. Open the chest, pinch the shoulder blades. Lift the left leg a tiny little bit higher. And then let's come into a full plank. I've got right leg down. Left leg steps back straight. Stacking the right foot on top of the left foot. Lifting it nice and high, finding a side plank. Big breath in as you prepare. As you breathe out, touch the hip down, touch the fingertips behind you onto the mat. Push back up slowly, control, press into that left hand. We've got 2 more, big breath in as you prepare. Breathe out, drop. Feel the strength in your core, in your left shoulder girdle. Push up high. One more time. Breathe in as you drop. Breathe out as you come up. Hold it here. Back into your high plank, right hand down. Hold your high plank for a sec. And then drop the left knee down. Lift the right leg behind you. Lift the left hand to the front. Superman, spinal balance. Long body, tight core. Find a nice still posture. And then we'll lift everything a little bit higher. And reach back for that stretch. Left arm goes back, bending the right leg. Grab the right foot. Press into that hand. Opening the front of your left shoulder, your right hip. One more little lift without hurting your back. And then release back into your Superman. And then hand down, knee down. We've got 3 press-ups here. You can do the full press-ups going through your full chaturanga. Otherwise, step back with me. And then push forward, so your shoulders are going over your fingertips. Take a big breath in as you prepare. Breathe out as you sink down. Breathe in as you come back up. Breathe out, sink down. Breathe in as you come up. One more time. Breathe out as you sink down. Push back up. And then push into your downward dog. Chest through and then lower the knees, heels. Take one more breath here. And then walk to the front of the mat slowly. Feet hip distance in the front of the mat. Give me 3 halfway. Lift hands on your shins, knees, mat if you want. And then lengthen the spine. Breathe in. Breathe out, stretch down. Breathe in, lift out of that hip. Breathe out, stretch into the hamstrings. Gently taking it further every time. One more time. Hold it here. You can grab the back of your leg if you want. Just to take that hamstring stretch slightly further. Round your back and slowly come up. Slowly coming back up, rolling your shoulders out. Take a big breath in on your top. Reach up. Breathe out, forward, forward. Breathe into 1 halfway lift. Hands down, step or jump back with the same breath. Lower all the way down into your front. Or keep it off and push forward as you're untucking the toes. Lift up into your upward dog if you're ready for it. Sit into your downward dog. Lift the left leg behind you. Take a big breath in. And step through in between the thumbs. Breathing out. Find that longer runner's lunge. Look forwards. Drop the hip. Start feeling the front of your right hip. In your next inhale, drop down the back knee. Reach up into your crescent moon. Take a big breath in. Twist to your left. straight arms if you can. Reach back up, big breath in, reach high, twist to your left again for 2. We've got 1 more here. Try and take it a little bit further every time and think about those core muscles, back muscles, trying to do the twist. And then the last one, hold it here. Lovely. Hands to heart center. And the right elbow on the left thigh if you can. Slowly glide it down. Left elbow pointing up if you can. Bend the left knee a bit more. Press into that knee a bit more. And then draw the crown of your head towards the front of the mat. Stomach comes off the thigh. Feel that twist in the back. One more breath. Take that twist further. And then release it off into your crescent lunge. Take a big breath in. And then half split. Use that block again if you need to, or the roller. Sit back slowly. Start pointing the left toes up and maybe straighten your left leg if you can. But square the hips. Try and lengthen the back. Folding from the hips rather than the lower back. If you see yourself rounding your lower back, then bend the knee a bit and lengthen the spine. And then fold. Lengthen the spine 1 more time as you breathe in. And breathe out, fold. Hold it for 1 more breath. Feel that stretch in the hamstrings. And then slowly bend the front knee. I don't need the block anymore. Hands flat. Framing the front foot. Step back into your plank position. Take a big breath in as you prepare to go through your chaturanga. Look forwards. Breathe out as you shift. Sink down. Breathe in as you open the front of the body. Breathe out, downward dog. On your next inhale, lift your heels, look to the front, make your way to the front of the mat. Hop it or step it, feet together, big toes are touching. Give me 1 halfway lift. Take a big breath in. Breathe out, forward, forward. Round your back, bend your knees and come all the way up. Big breath in on the top. Breathe out, hands to heart center. And then release the hands down by your side. Make sure your feet are together. You've got a bit of space in the front of the mat, preparing for your chair pose. Breathe in, sit your hips down, squeeze the knees together, hold your chair pose. Reach the arms up if you can towards the upper corner of the room, or maybe eye level if it hurts your shoulders. Shrug the shoulders away from the ears, sit your bum low, and bring that belly button into your lower back to protect your lower back. Squeeze the knees a little bit harder. Take a big breath in as you look up, maybe sit a bit lower. Breathe out, forward, forward. Halfway lift. Long spine. Stepping or jumping back, same breath. Lower it all the way down. Breathe into a cobra or upward dog if you want those thighs off the mat. And final downward dog. Find that stretch in the chest. Don't worry too much about straight legs. Lift the right leg, 3-legged dog. Step the right foot behind the right wrist. It's a shorter step than usual. I can still put my fingertips down if I want. I pivot the left heel down, bending the front knee, lifting up into warrior 1. Lifting arms nice and high to the ceiling. Try and square your hips and shoulders with the front of the mat, and make sure your left heel is on the mat. If you look down at your left foot, it should be pointing out 45 degrees. Not to the side to your left, not to the front, somewhere in between. Bend the front knee a bit, and that's your warrior 1. Sinking to the front knee a little bit more. On your next inhale, open your chest, interlace the fingers in the back, exhale. Inhale as you look up, give me a slight back bend, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and humble warrior, hinging forwards from the hips, bring the rib cage in the inside of your right thigh. Drop your head, lift your hands off of the mat, and start dropping the little fingers towards the mat to open your chest. Keep bending the front knee, make sure there is plenty of weight in your left heel. Release the hands onto your shins, knees, or onto the mat. And on your next inhale, as if you were giving me a halfway lift, Look forward and gently straighten your right knee, straighten your back, hips are square, and as you breathe out, reach a bit further down with the chest, hinging from the hips. Good time to use a block or a roller if you want to keep one hand on it. Otherwise, one more halfway lift as you lengthen the spine. Breathe out as you stretch further down into that hamstrings. And as you do that one more time, make sure you've got plenty of weight in the left heel. Breathe in long spine just to prepare for that stretch. Breathe out forward. And on your next inhale, bend that right knee again, come all the way back into your warrior one. As you breathe out, put the hands down in front of your right foot. Step back into your high plank position and sink down through your chaturanga straight away on your out breath. Breathe into your cobra. Open the chest. Breathe out, downward dog. Chest through. Lower the heels a bit more if you can. Next inhale, lift the left heel. Short step behind the left wrist. Pivot right heel down. Bend the front knee. Come up into your warrior one on the other side. Let's just take a breath here. Bending front knee, right heel flat. Right toes are pointing out 45 degrees. Shoulders away from the ears, shoulders, hips will line up with the front of the mat. Plenty of weight in the front leg, in the back leg. On your next inhale, open the chest. Interlace the fingers as you exhale. Inhale, look up. Slight back bend, pinch the shoulder blades together. Exhale, humble warrior. Dropping the chest, dropping the head. And then maybe lifting the hands off of the hips. Opening the chest and holding it here for a few breaths. Feeling the ribs, the left rib in the inside of your left thigh, in the inner thigh. Make sure there is weight in the right heel. You're bending the left knee. Release the hands onto the shin or maybe onto the floor. Start straightening the front leg as you breathe in a halfway lift, squaring hips here, and breathe out, stretching gently into the hamstrings. We're going to do that twice more. Have the hands wherever you need to. Make sure at some point you can straighten the back. Use that roller, use the block if you need to. Breathe out as you gently stretch. Again, make sure there is plenty of weight in the right heel. Breathe in one last time, halfway. Breathe out, stretch. Take it a little bit further. Feel the left hamstrings lengthening. On your next inhale, bend that left knee and lift up into your warrior one. As you breathe out, hands in front of the left foot. Step into your high plank with the same breath. Sink it through your chaturanga dandasana. Breathe in as you push forwards, onto the toes. Lift up. Breathe out, downward dog. On your next inhale, look forward, step or jump to the front of the mat. Feet together. Breathe out, forward, forward. Breathe in, chair pose, knees together, hips down. Reaching the arms high. As you breathe out, hands to heart center. And then release the hands down by your side. We're going to go again. Breathe into your chair, everyone, toes together. Breathe out, forward, forward. Breathe in, halfway lift. Same breath, chaturanga, sink down. Breathe in, cobra, upward dog. Breathe out, downward dog. Anytime you want to leave this bit out, you're more than welcome to meet us in downward dog. Lift the right leg, breathe in. Step behind the right foot. Pivot the back heel down. Breathing out. Breathe into your warrior one. Breathe out, open the chest. Interlace the fingers. Breathe in, look up, slight back bend. Breathe out, humble warrior. Hold it for one breath. Keep opening the chest, keep dropping little finger to the mat. On your next inhale, hands on your shins. Straighten the front leg. One halfway lift. Breathe in. Breathe out, folding forwards. On your next inhale, bend that front knee, come back into warrior one. Exhale, hands in front of the right foot, step into your high plank, sink through your chaturanga, breathe out. Breathe in, cobra or upward dog. Breathe out, downward dog. Next, inhale, lift the left leg. Breathe out, step into your warrior one. Pivot the back heel down, lift up into your warrior one, arms up. Breathe out, open the chest and interlacing the back. Breathe in, back bend. Breathe out, humble warrior. Hold it for one more breath. Hands on your shin, start straightening the front leg. Inhale into your halfway. Exhale, stretch into hamstrings. Bend the front knee, come up into warrior one. Breathe in. Breathe out, hands down in front of your left foot. Step back into your high plank and sink down straight away. Breathe in, cobra or upward dog. Breathe out, downward dog. Step or jump to the front of the mat, feet together. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, chair pose, knees together, hips low, arms high. Breathe out, hands to heart center and come up. Release the hands by your side. Guys, we're going to do that twice more. It's quite fast. If you want to leave something out, please do. Just a quick thumbs up. Are we okay? Yeah? Cool. Feet together. You've got the space in front of the mat. Shoulders back. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Sink through the same breath. Breathe in, cobra or upward dog. Breathe out, downward dog. Right leg up, inhale. Step forwards, exhale. Lift up, warrior one, inhale. Bend the front knee, open the chest, exhale. Inhale, slide back bend. Exhale, humble warrior. Hold it here for one more inhale. One more exhale. Hands on your shin, straighten the front knee, inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward. Inhale, bend the front knee, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga, hands down, step back, sink down with the same breath. Breathe into your cobra, upward dog, downward dog. Push the chest through. Lift the left leg other side, breathe in. Step to the front, breathe out, pivot the back heel down. Lift up, warrior one. Open the chest, interlace the fingers, exhale. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, humble warrior. Drop the head, lift the arms. One more inhale. One more exhale. Next inhale, hands on your shin, straighten the front leg. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward. Inhale, warrior one, bend that front knee. Exhale, chaturanga, hands down, step back, sink down with the same breath. Inhale as you open. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, step or jump forward and forward fold. Make sure your feet are together. Inhale, chair. Sit low. Exhale, hands to heart center, come up. Release the hands. One more inhale, just stay here. One more exhale, and last time we're gonna go again. Inhale, chair position, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take your time with this one. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step forwards, pivot the back knee, back heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, open the chest. Inhale, slide back bend. Exhale, humble warrior. One more inhale. One more exhale. Inhale, halfway, hands on your shin, start straightening the front knee. Exhale, forward. Inhale, bend the front knee, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga, step back, sink down. Breathe in, cobra, upward dog. Breathe out, downward dog. Other side. Breathing left leg up. Breathe out, step forwards. Pivot the back heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, open the chest. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, humble warrior. One more inhale. One more exhale. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga, sinking through it. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, step or jump forwards, feet together. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Hold it here, sit it lower. Hold, knees together. Let's see how much further you can sit. Keep the heels as long as you can on the mat. Keep sitting down, keep sitting down, keep sitting down. And then take another big breath in, keep it low. And then hands to heart center, come all the way up. Roll the shoulders back. Guys, are we okay? Release the hands, put them on your hips. Feet hip distance. Hip distance. Right leg steps back in the middle of the mat, pyramid. I'm going to square the hips. Chest up. Knuckles together or grabbing the elbows behind you. Choose which one you want to do. Main thing is it's going to open your shoulders. Take a big breath in, slide back bend. Breathe out, flat back, and send the crown of your head and the heart towards the front of the mat. I have a very slight bend in the left knee. I'm squaring the hips. I'm making sure both hip bones are on the same level. I'm going to come halfway only, where I can feel that the left hamstrings are working. They are kind of stretching, but I'm not going any further. I'm avoiding rounding the back. Just feel that the left hamstrings are working here. I need them to have that contraction, and they are more ready to stretch. Release the hands from your back. Take another big breath in. As you breathe out, release your back and take it as far as you want. This is when you might want to use that block again. And just maybe put your hands on your shins, on the block, on the roller. Keep squaring that hip. Keep sending the left hip behind you and the right hip to the front of the mat. Make sure you have a micro bend in that left knee to protect it. I'm going to lift my chest. If you don't have a block, it's a good idea to put your right hand onto your left shin. And then start lengthening your spine. You can always have the right hand on the block. You might not need it, but I don't like to put my hand down because I start rounding my back. And I want that really long spine. Wherever you are, find that long spine, square the hips again, and then start lifting the left shoulder and then the left elbow towards the ceiling. Make sure there is weight in your right heel. Make sure your hips are square, your spine is long, and pivot that left shoulder to the ceiling. Now push even more weight into that back right heel. Feel the back muscles and the core muscles working here to keep the back straight, to keep the hips square. Take one more big breath as you pivot that left shoulder up even further, and then bring that left hand down. Bend that left knee and put the fingertips onto the mat. You can use the block, but I don't ever find them safe enough. Fingertips on the mat, bending left knee, and lift that right heel high, standing split. Hold it here. By now you should feel that the left hamstrings are kind of starting to get numb. They've worked, they stretched, they've worked. Now they work and stretch at the same time. Walk the hands a little bit closer to your left foot if you can, or walk around, see where your balance is. And then lift that right heel higher, even if you feel that your hips are not square anymore. Drop the head, drop the shoulder, and feel that your chest is coming closer and closer to that left thigh. With your next breath, lift that right heel even higher. Drop the chest and the head even closer to your left thigh, your shin maybe. And then bring that right foot down next to the left foot. Just dangle down for a few seconds. Forward fold. Nice and slowly come up. Round your back. Come up. Now if you have a strap or a towel, you might want to use it. I'm going to put it around my neck. And when you're back, you're standing on your right foot. Lift the left knee into your chest and hug that left knee in. I've got the right hand on my hip. Just going to come out here so you can see me. If you have a strap, you're going to put that strap around the foot. We're going to go for your big toe pose and holding the strap with the towel with your left hand on the inside of the left foot. If you don't have it, big toe pose, 2 peace fingers to the left toe. Standing nice and upright, feeling that your whole spine is really long. And then see how far you can straighten it out without rounding your back. I'm still going to the front. So if I turn around, my whole body is going to the front. Don't worry too much about that left knee. If you can straighten it out, just make sure your spine is staying long so there's none of this going on. Tummy tight and hold. Stick your right arm out to your right. And if you want to, bring your left leg out to your left. Whether it's bent or not, just feel that opening in the hips. My shoulders and my hips are still looking in front of me. I try and feel the stretch in those inner thighs. And then bring that left leg back in the middle. Find your balance and push both fingertips, both thumbs up to the ceiling, keeping that left leg high. Hold it for 1. Hold it for 2. And for the last breath, lift that left heel a bit higher. And then step down with that left foot. Pedal those legs out. And then push that right leg behind you, the right heel behind you. Yes, you're standing on your left leg again. And then slowly hinge forwards into a warrior 3. Push the arms to the front, lift the right heel high, and you're standing on the left leg again. Hold that balance. And we go back into your standing split. So slightly bend the left leg, fingertips on the mat, and lift that right heel even higher one last time. See if you can take it a little bit further this time. You can always grab the back of your left ankle with your left hand. Play around with your right hand where it wants to be. And then take it a bit further. Use the right glutes to lift that right heel high. And bring that chest close to that left shin. And then very, very slowly step the right foot down. Dangle down for the last time for an forward fold. And then round your back and come up. And then roll the shoulders out on the top. I'm going to do the other side. Guys, everyone okay? You might want to move your legs around a bit. Right, step the left leg back, somewhere in the middle of the mat for me. Mine is quite short, you might be able to do a longer one. I'm tramlining the feet, I'm not standing on the line. Squaring hips, knuckles together, or grabbing the elbows in the back. See which one you want to do. Make sure you open the chest, square the hips, slide back, bend, breathe in. Breathe out, flat back. Start hinging forwards. Have that micro bend in the front knee to protect the hamstrings. Back is flat. You're not going all the way down. You just want to feel the work in the right hamstrings. You've got that isometric contraction going on. So when you want to stretch it, it will be a bit more willing. Just hold it, long breaths. Keep squaring the hip. Keep sending that tailbone long to the back of the mat. The crown of your head going to the front of the mat. And another big breath in as you prepare. Release the hands down onto the shin, onto the mat, wherever you want to. And start folding forwards again. Just release the weight of your upper body onto the thigh. With long breaths, keep squaring the hips. You're going to feel that one hip wants to travel around. Try and line up those hips with the front of the mat.
And now we've got the revolving half moon. I'm going to lift my back, straighten my spine. You might want to bend the right knee a bit more. And I'm bringing the block under my left hand, the left fingertips. Or you can bring the left hand onto the left shin. Or if you can keep your back straight, by all means, fingertips on the mat. Once you've got that straight back, leveled hips, tight tummy, start lifting your right shoulder, right elbow towards the ceiling. Really think about what the back muscles are doing. Really think about that straight spine. Keep double checking it. Don't be afraid of bending that right knee a bit more if you need to. Feel that the crown of your head and the tailbone are on a long line. No rounding in the back. Reach a little bit higher with that right shoulder, right fingertips. And then very slowly bring that right hand down and standing split. Fingertips are coming onto the mat. Bend that right knee. Float that left heel up. Keeping the hips square to start with. Use the left glute to lift that left heel. Start dropping the head. Walk the hands towards the foot. See where the balance is. Lift that left heel a bit higher if you can. Turn that hip out if you need to. See how far you want to take it. Still feeling the hamstrings on the right side. You're working. Stretching, but working at the same time. Your next breath, lift it higher. And as you breathe out, bring that left foot down. Nice and slowly step next to your right foot. Then go down for a breath. And around your back and come up slowly. Once you're on the top, oops, sorry, I'm bringing the strap with me. Once you're on the top, lift the right knee into your chest. A bit more balancing what you're on the other side. I'm drawing the right knee in, finding the balance, spine long. Big toe pose. Use that strap again, put it around the right foot, holding the strap on the inside of your right knee with your right hand. We'll go for your big toe pose. Make sure you're standing up tall and then start straightening to the front. However far you go, you feel that you're upright. Your spine is long and straight. Breathe. Left arm comes out to your left. And the right leg is going to go out to your right. You're opening up. You've got the inner thigh stretched there, but you're still upright. Slowly bring it back to center. Keep the leg high and reach both arms up to the ceiling. And hold it here for 3. 2. Lift it a little bit higher with the last one. And then slowly step it down. Push the left leg, left heel to the back. Push the arms to the front. Warrior 3. You're back onto your right foot. So the left heel is high. Reaching the right, both arms to the front. Start bending the right knee and come back into that standing split where you came from. And now lift that left heel higher than before. Using the left glute to lift high. Open the hips. Maybe put the right fingertips onto the back of your right ankle. Drop the head. Bring the chest close to that thigh. Lift that left heel high. Use the left glutes for that. One more breath as you lift even higher. And then breathe out as you step down. Slowly step that left foot down. Round your back and come up slowly. Roll the shoulders out on the top. Feet are sandwiching together. We're going to go through that whole sequence one more time. Roll the shoulders back. When you're ready, reaching and sit into your chair pose. Breathe in. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. With the same breath, chaturanga. Jump back and sink through it. Breathe into your cobra, upward dog, downward dog. Breathe out. Breathe in, right leg up. Breathe out, warrior 1, so short step, pivot down the back heel. Lift up. Breathe in. Interlace the fingers in the back. Breathe out. Breathe in, slide back bend. Breathe out, humble warrior. Hold it for one more breath so you can really open that chest. Breathe in halfway as you're straightening the front knee. You should feel the difference now. Breathe out. Stretch it nice and far. Don't be afraid of that. You're nice and bending those hamstrings. Bend that front knee. Come up, warrior one. Breathe in. Breathe out, hands down. Step through your chaturanga. Breathe in, cobra, upward dog. Breathe out, downward dog. Lift the left leg. Breathe in. Breathe out, step forwards, pivot the back heel down. Breathe in, warrior one. Bend that front knee for now. Breathe out, interlace the fingers. Breathe in, slide back bend. Breathe out, humble warrior. Lift those arms. Hold it for one more breath as you're dropping those fingers to the mat. Breathe in halfway, let's start straightening that front leg. Breathe out, forward. Feel the difference in the hamstrings. Bend that front knee. Breathe in, come up, warrior one. Breathe out, chaturanga, hands down, step back, sink through. Breathe in, cobra, upward dog. Breathe out, downward dog. Step or jump forwards on the next inhale, feet together. Breathe out, forward, forward. Breathe in, chair pose. Breathe out, hands to heart center and come all the way up. Lovely, guys. Hands down onto the mat slowly. Sit your bum down. Roll down. One boat pose. Onto your bum, sucking the belly button. Lift the legs. Straighten if you're there already. Drop a little bit lower where you feel that your stomach muscles are working more. Hands together. First two fingers are pointing forward, shoulders away from the ears. And lift the fingertips up to the ceiling. Breathe in. Breathe out, lower. Breathe in, lift. Keep dragging the belly button into your lower back. Breathe out, lower. One more time. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, lower. And then go all the way down onto your back. Tug the knees into your chest. And relax your head down. Feet flat, hands flat. Lift up into your shoulder bridge a few times. Lift your bum, pointing hips up, pointing pubic bone up. Breathe out, come down. Neck is soft, long, shoulders away from the ears. Breathing, go up. Breathe out, come down. One more of them, stay up. Let's open the chest. Just squeeze the glutes on the top before you tug the shoulder blades under, interlacing fingers under the hips. Opening the front of the chest. Lift the hips a bit higher. If you've got a full wheel, full bridge pose or an upward bow, please feel free to try that. Make sure you're not hurting your back. Engage those glute muscles. Otherwise, you're staying with me. Just feel the opening in the front of your shoulders, your neck. Feel the glutes working. And then hold it for one more breath. And then release the hands down. And release the spine down slowly. Right leg goes up in the air. Right heel comes across the left thigh. Reaching back for the left thigh for a glute stretch. Pull it towards you. I tend to flex my right foot to protect it. If you have a different glute stretch, please try that. Make sure you can feel your right hip, your right glute muscle. Long breaths. And then release it off. Change sides. With right leg down, left heel across, flexing left foot. Bring the right knee in, right thigh in. Try and relax head and shoulders onto the mat. And then release it off. Tug the knees into the chest, roll onto your side and slowly sit up. One more stretch, wide-legged forward fold.
Opening those legs as wide as you manage, whichever way you're facing. Sitting up tall. Big breath in. Either push with the fingertips behind you and just push the chest forwards. Walk the hands and see how far you want to take it. If it hurts your knees, lift the heels off of the mat, and it might help. Long breath, just a few of them. Keep leaning into that stance, into that position, so you're feeling the inner thigh stretching. Guys, if you've got the mobility, just go all the way down, see how far you can get it. Otherwise, focus on straight back, tilting that pelvis. Two more breaths. Before I do that, I'm just going to lengthen one more time. I'll come out of the position, breathe in, breathe out, taking it a little bit further, a bit more stretching those inner thighs. And then slowly come back up, walk those hands back, sit up straight. And I've got hands behind me, leaning back, shaking the legs out. Slowly closing the knees in, helping with the hands. And I like to cross the legs, makes you comfortable just sitting up tall, just to finish it off. Spine long, shoulders back. Lift the chin up, take a big breath in. And then chin down, feel the back of your neck stretching. And then circle your head around one way. Make sure the shoulders are away from the ears. And the other way slowly. And then lift your chin. And then take a big breath in. Fingertips together. Breathe out. Bring the hands down to heart center. And namaste. Well done, everyone. Let me just hear you for a sec before I say goodbye to you. Right, how is everyone doing?
Thanks, Dia.
Everyone feeling okay? Yeah?
Yeah.
Hang on.